Hello, welcome, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fighter Jet Roundtable Season 3, Episode 4, with me, Kaz. We have a whole lot of aircraft to get through today, so without any further waiting, let's go ahead and get down to the watchtower and the round table and see what we have in store for all of you today. So, I might hear you be asking yourself, what's up with this whole you got a lot of aircraft to get through thing, Kaz? Don't you always have, plenty of aircraft? Well, yes. In fact, the problem is right now we have way too many aircraft. You see, we have a bit of a stockpile, if you will. The submissions thread is suffering from a serious bout of constipation, so here I am, like aircraft laxative, to push the entire offending load of aircraft through so that we can have more new submissions going forward instead of aircraft that have been sitting there forever. So, how are things changing today? Well, we have 8 teams/aircraft. Teams with aircraft. Either way, we have 8 different entities that we are going to have to push through today. The first battles that you're going to see are going to be me introducing all of them, and it's going to be a best of 1. So they're going to have to fight for their chance to get into the main episode. So, yeah! That's what we're doing. Oh, boy. Okay. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get down to business, shall we? Over here on the 63rd Raven Squadron. Sector. Can't talk. Don't mind me. We have, yes, the R-26B Thunderbird sent in by Raven. Well, that's not his entire name, but Raven it is. Very easy. So, these look pretty cool, honestly. Pretty neat. We've got ASRAMs, HEKVs, and pulse lasers. The little baby pulse lasers, so they are clipped, so they only get 50 shots each. Still, very deadly. These things have proven rather mean in testing. So it will be interesting to see how they do stuff, especially with those HEKVs. Might be entertaining. Maybe. Either way, on Team A, over here, we have the SR-91 Aurora sent in by Josue. Yes, that Josue. BDA developer Josue. Big man on the block Josue. Name that starts with a J but sounds like an H Josue. We love the guy. Back from a bit of a hiatus. It's nice to have him back. And he's come back with this horrifying looking demon of an aircraft. That main wing there, chonking 10k HP, edited specifically so that it doesn't go over the 10k HP cap. This is a big, chunky, very stealthy boy, running with AIM 120Ds. Very interesting. I haven't seen anybody really use those yet. ASRAMs and 2 Vulcans right there in the nose, kind of chilling on top of one another, if you take a look. Also using the new and experimental XA101 Advanced Adaptive Cycle turbofan engines in the back. Pretty cool. I should note that the Thunderbirds over there we go. The Thunderbirds over there are using the Wingman engines. So both of these planes using interesting engine choices. So I guess we'll have to see how that goes. And anyway, with enough yammering by me, let's go ahead and get these things into the air for their 1v1 or 2v2 best of 1 fight. I swear I'm not high. I just haven't gotten my groove yet. So here we are for these aircraft to fight each other for the first time, and look at that, the competition distance is actually set to 30k, which, that's fantastic. Also, make sure infinite ammo is turned off, because we were doing some testing earlier. And let's start the competition! And both those aircraft taking off. Super fun! Super fun indeed. And the competition is starting a little farther than 30k, for whatever reason. I am using a new version of camera tools. An updated version of... Fantastic, let's not do that. Auto cam! And now we turn on fighter mode. There we go. A new version of Yes, camera tools. I expect some things to be better, and I expect some things to be worse. But at the very least, we can say that things will be different. To what extent, I can't really say. I don't know. But, I guess we'll find out soon enough. The Aurora's, having some fun there. Lots of missiles going. Can't really see anything while we're in fighter mode, so we're gonna back off and zoom in a bit. Ooh, HEKVs. Ah! Damage from Aurora. Aurora is, flipping around, dodging those pulse lasers, at least as best as it can. Sound like something got hit. Yup. Not saying what, though. Really difficult, actually, to see what's going on. Oh! Thunderbird destroyed by an Aurora. Looks like it was from an ASRAM. That's rough. And a 120D from the Aurora. And that's not looking good for the Thunderbird. Definitely not. Maybe we can switch to fighter mode now that there's a lot less going on. Oh, lordy, lordy. Thunderbird, not looking so great. Okay, well. How are they looking? That one's missing an engine. How's the other one looking? That one is missing a lot more than just an engine. You're winning aircraft, ladies and gentlemen, for round one. Let's go ahead and get into the next batch of fighters. That means Hostway is moving on to round of 4. Huzzah! So, for the next best of one, we have the XF4 Vespid sent in by our good friend Pyrophage, and we, once again, from the Lima Aircraft Company, we have Lima Worm X and Lima Worm X Fafnir sent in by our good buddy Lethal Dose. You might say to yourself, Kaz, those planes look awfully familiar. Haven't we seen those before? In fact, that one looks identical to the last one from the other episode. Well, you know what? You'd be mostly correct. It is actually with a different weapons loadout and the same goofy landing gear. As we can see, this one is slowly turning. Yeah. Anyway, so, basically the same aircraft with a different weapons loadout. And this one has a pretty new paint job. Look at that. ASRAMs, GSH-301s, Meteors, Micas, and Quams for its special weapon. Should prove rather interesting, honestly, if you ask me. Pretty cool looking paint job there on that one. They're just gonna keep rotating. Rotate.
Bananas. Rotate.
Anyway, over here on the XF4 Vespids, these are very small little aircraft. Small little, yes. Instead of using big, chunky, missiles, it's using a whole lot of HHQ-10s. Tiny, little heat-seeking missiles. And HPAAs. The gun is called a Stinger. Not sure what gun that... Ah, there we go. BK-27s. BK-27s? BK-27s. They're BK-27s. Small little fighter. Pretty cool. Very lightweight looking. Using a cheetah afterburning engine. Will be... it'll be kind of interesting to see how this thing fares against the Lima Worms, considering how strong they are. And especially how well they performed last time. So let's go ahead and get these two planes into the sky for the next best of one. Oh boy. So without a lot of waiting, let's go ahead and get that competition started. Gotta make sure that all that fun stuff's going on. Because, well, want to make sure the Lima Worms don't spin out of position or something on the runway. Get that started quick. I don't know, the Vespid turns around nice and fast. From that nice 20-degree vectoring that cheetah engine gives it. Alright, well, you'll see me in a minute. And the competition starts while I'm messing with the camera tools. And they're off! Moving toward each other. Go ahead and hit that auto cam. And hit fighter mode. Oh, look at that! Get a flyby of the Lima Worm. Go ahead and hit it again. Maybe not do a flyby this time. There we go. We're following the Lima Worms. They're coming in quite fast. Look at that. Well over Mach. And continuing to accelerate, firing those meteors. Vespid's also out firing the HPAA, and they are almost Mach 2. Oh! Dang, Vespid could not move fast enough. Meteor slamming into that. Let's go ahead and watch from this thing's point of view. It is solo, which means it's gonna have a lot of stuff cut out for it. I'm not sure why it's not actually showing what it's supposed to be looking at here. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Whole lot of spinning going on. Those clams really working to try and get the hit there. That's for sure. Oh! Azram on the Lima worm. Friendly fire. That's not good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, indeed! And a cockpit snipe, Lima Worm showing that they are very ready to throw down for this next match. So, our good friend Lethal Dose moves on to the round of 4. So here we are for the third best of 1 fight that we're going to be having. Over here on Team A, we have the Cosmo Falcon, sent in by Jim N. Saw, aka Jim the Third. Pretty neat looking little plane, honestly. Once again, the missiles are doing the weird missile thing and spitting smoke on the runway for some reason, don't know why. We've got Cheetah afterburning engines, 2 of them, and an ADMM pod as the special weapon. We've also got AIM-9Ms, GAU-22s, looks like 2 of them, and 4 meteors for some long-range shenanigans. This is meant to be a space fighter based off of, based off of Space Battleship Yamato. Very fun. Pretty cool looking plane. However, and that's what it's fighting! The MU, or the MU FXA001-3S6 Sinanju, I'm just gonna call it Sinanju, and the XUE test type sent in by Script Kitty. Both, very futuristic, very powerful aircraft. Both apparently have the same weapon setup. It's super fun there. Look at this. Jeez, this paint job and the. They're both using the advanced thermonuclear reaction turbine engines, which are inspired by Macross. So we've got a Macross-inspired engine on an aircraft inspired by Gundam and also by extent Armored Core, fighting against an aircraft that is inspired by Space Battleship Yamato. Space Fighter Showdown! Except not really. The engines those are using would not go to space. However, the engines on this one would definitely be able to go to space. Cast your bets. And all I have to say is, Jim, I'm really sorry that it turned out this way. Alright, here we are. Once again, me looking at the super fun camera tools. Hey, and let's go ahead and get these planes into the sky. Start that competition. And the competition starts. Let's go ahead and hit that auto cam and boom. There we go. Look at that. Why is it always doing the flybys? It's only got like a 20% chance for that. Oh, look at that. All right, Cosmo Falcon's already out firing those meteors. Oh man, look how fast this thing's going. Mach 2 already as it moves in to try to evade those meteors. Alright, camera tools, why are you not doing your... Alright, that one crashed into the ground. Not my problem. Not my problem. And more dodging missiles there. Cosmo Falcon, they'll still have their work cut out for them. This is not a super friendly aircraft by any means. Wow! So many ADMMs! But it's definitely going fast enough. Those ADMMs should not pose much of a threat. Now it's got pulse lasers, clipping one of the Cosmo Falcons. Oh boy. And a typical ram taking place there. Sinanju, well, quite easily winning that 1v2, as it were, and climbs up into the stratosphere as things go. So, I'm sorry, Jim. He's dead. They're dead, Jim. They're dead, Jim. I'm sorry. And for our last set of new aircraft for this crazy qualifier nonsense that we've got going on, we have the KAA-SDSF-11H Barbarian and SF-9M Rogue, sent in by none other than Teacup, a relative newcomer to the competition, and either way, quite interesting. We also have the P-59FB, sent in by Schmeckerberg? Schmerg. We're gonna just call him Schmerg. Yes, he's quite famous in Runway Project for submitting the Kierjet. And also the Kierjet. Here, he is not submitting the Kierjet. So let's go ahead and take a look at these, shall we? They do have different loadouts here on Team A, Barbarian and the Rogue. Barbarian, as I believe, is like a close-range bruiser type, running with Quams, 120Cs, only 2 of them, AIM-9Ms, Meteors, and a bunch of things. Basically, fire all the everything. Meanwhile, the Rogue is, well, the Rogue appears to be the super close one, with a GAU-22, AIM-9Xs, 4 of them, and 2 Iris-Ts. So, very close range, sneaky, I'm going to stab you in the face kind of thing. And considering that I don't see any actual special weapons loadout there, I would be, wouldn't be surprised if there is actually a Spartan radar hiding in here somewhere in this fuselage to act as an additional bit of, well, jamming or something or other. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Either way, let's go ahead and go into the other side. On Team F is for Fantastic. Not sure if that's actually the correct team, but, you know, it's just what it is. This, again, sent in by Schmerg. Yeah, it's got 4 HHQ-10s, Medusa heavy autocannons, which I'm a fan of because I made them, PL-8s, and R-27ETs. Not sure what's going on with the little nosy thing there. Oh, never mind, that's the IRST pod. Very cool, actually. Kind of digging that. I don't know if it actually has radar. I think it's just the IRST pod. Yep, no radar, just the IRST pod. Pretty cool, very nice. This thing apparently is a dog-fighting menace, from what I've been told. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how this thing fares against the other aircraft. Either way, let's get them into the sky so I can move on from this hell and we can get some major fights going. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get these 2 fighters into the air. Start that competition. Save and close. Super fun. And they're off, which means just a quick cut for you. An eternity of waiting for me. And the competition starts just like that. Look at that. All right, so now they're heading in. We already have the Barbarian and Rogue, it looks like, launching some long-range missiles there. Once again, a fantastic flyby. Which, again, it's only on 20%. It should be not doing that often. Right? But there is a meteor out and about. Well, aircraft just basically flying in with those long-range munitions. Ooh, yelling out of nowhere. You can tell how excited I am. Not really, I'm just tired. All right, so long-range munitions are out. Whoa! All kinds of missiles and flares flying everywhere. Trying to avoid those IRS-Ts. You know what, I think I am going to turn off the ability for it to fire or follow those missiles, because I think we can kind of see it. Let's not target the incoming missiles. I'm curious, what is this, no, maybe not do that. What did I do? I broke something. Oh no! Anyway, that should be fine. Now it shouldn't be targeting those incoming missiles, so we should just see what's going on. Oh! Oh! At least not intentionally. And those Medusas putting some hurt on the Barbarian and Rogue. And those are nasty guns. Those are 40mm rounds that those are firing. High explosive, nasty, nasty things. That plane looks like it's not doing so hot, though. That one, on the other hand, still turning like a champ. A bit of a tail chase here. And that one barely... Oh, look at that. Backflip. Very nice. Ooh, Barbarian slow and low to the ground. Not good. Looks like one of them may have lost an engine there. Yep, definitely lost an engine. There we go. Rogue still has teeth, though. Managing to... Jeez! Blows off the front. The aircraft. Alright, so this is now effectively a 1v1. Now it's, Ooh, never mind? Question mark? Is it dead? Not sure. Yep, Rogue on the ground. Basically on the landed timer. And boom, there it goes. That means that, the P-59s are moving on. Look at that. It's just like devil horns sticking out of the face there with the Medusas. Oh, war crimes! Those are very scary guns. Very scary guns. Alright, so now it's time for the episode as it should have been to start, which means every match from here will be a best of 3 between the aircraft. And your finalists, or at least the people that made it through the Gauntlet, are the Aurora sent in by Josue, the Lima Worms sent in by Lethal Dose, the Exians sent in by Script Kite, and the P-59Bs sent in by Schmerg. So those aircraft are going to be duking it out. In order to mix things up a little bit, I've shuffled the bracket slightly, so that means that our first fight is going to be between the Lima Worms and the P-59Bs. So let's go ahead and start that competition, get them into the air, and see how things go from here. Those of you who can use... Alright, fantastic. We're off to a great start. And, we're back after a quick reload. Start the competition, please. And this time, fly away and don't blow up. That would be great. If you could do that, please. And the competition is starting. Look at that. Alright, so we've got both Lima Worms and the P-59s. I will go ahead and hit that autocam, though. And how much you want to bet it's going to be, Oh, hey, it's not a flyby this time! Well, yeah, it's not a flyby this time. Amazing! Alright, Lima Worms firing those meteors at range, as you often do. Missile smoke makes them look like they have Russian engines, haha. Very funny. And we have a flyby here. Because of course we do. Missiles outbound. P-59 evading Micah IRs. Remember, this is a best of 3, so just because one fighter wins this time doesn't mean it'll win the next time, etc., etc. Heavy dogfight now. Lots of missiles coming in, SRAMs flying by. Oh, HHQ-10 on a Lima Worm. Nasty little missiles. The P-59s are on the tail of the single Fafnir. Go ahead and watch from the Fafnir's point of view. It is the solo plane at this point. Whoa! That was a maneuver. Jeez. That plane, being a lot tougher than it looks. Although it is spinning out and on fire. So we can only hope. The worm spinning around, getting some good shots. Getting some good shots on target. Distracted by the herpy-derpy one for just a moment. Gun target still good though. Tail surface now on fire. B-59 seem to not be firing their Medusas. This is probably going to turn into a ram fest here. I just have a feeling. B-59 seems to be waiting for the perfect shot to get those Medusas off. B-59 on the ground, now landed. It's now 1v1. Ooh! Holy crap! Dang, alright. And though it was very close, Lima Worm, Fafnir, pushing through for the first win. Let's go ahead and get into round 2. Hopefully, it won't explode on takeoff this time. And competition starts. Once again, for the fighters, let's go ahead and get down here to the auto cam, activate the super fun mode. And once again, maybe let's not watch them. Let's watch them the Fafnir, because it's a pretty new one. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Once again, Meteor's off first. IRST picking up targets. We're doing more of those Meteors. Long-range heat seeker now coming in. The R27ETs, I believe. Alright. We got our flyby. HHQ-10's away. Very small, very fast. Not particularly powerful missiles, but they don't necessarily have to be to disable you. Ooh, ASRAM from a Lima Worm. On the P-59. Oh, jeez! Oh, Lima Worms! Back with a vengeance! With that loadout change. That is legal. And, well, there's never any doubt there. The Lima Worms will be moving on to the finals. Let's go see what else, let's go find out what their opponent's gonna be, shall we? So, here we are for the first fight between the Auroras and the Exians. Let's go ahead and save and close that. There we go. The Aurora is on Team B because I skipped when I was reassigning their team. So, they get to be Team B. That's the only reason why. Should prove to be a somewhat interesting fight. Both these aircraft are very fast and quite maneuverable. And both fairly tanky. I, for one, am very excited to see how this plays out. And competition starts. Pretty sure the Aurora is very, very stealthy, which means I would be very surprised if the other aircraft can get any locks on them. Let's hit that auto cam and go ahead and boop the button. Looks like it didn't want to change immediately. And the Aurora's switching to dogfight mode instead of speed mode. Come on. They actually have no radar, no IRST, relying completely on visual capability to find their enemy, as it were. Now, finally, within visual range, they are able to try to avoid such things. I'd say the Auroras are actually more maneuverable, but the, well, The Exions, as it were, are very, very nasty. Indeed. Oh, Azram! On the orange Exion. ADMMs. Some friendly fire there from ADMMs. Never a good thing. And we have two very large aircraft in very close quarters. We've, of course, had a ram. Aurora getting pelted by ADMMs. Lots of damage there. Damn, this is a brawl. Only the single Aurora left. Let's go ahead and watch from its point of view. Pulse lasers coming in and chopping away the more vulnerable parts of that aircraft. That thing has 10,000 HP in each one of those wings, but they are attached to much less deadly, well, much less healthy parts, as it were. Pulse laser chewing through the weaker parts of it very quickly, leaving no surprise as to which one of those aircraft is the victor in that situation. So, winner for round one between those two fighters goes to the Exions and Sinanju. And the competition starts on round two between these fighters. We'll go ahead and hit the cam button and go to auto cam. I know I shouldn't be doing this right now, but you know, the zoom, I don't... There we go, so we can actually kind of see what's going on a little more. Much better. Much better. Nice shot of the Auroras flying in parallel there. Very cool. And the fight is officially kicking off now. Uh-oh, Sinanju seems to have, or no, the Exui seems to have lost its wing. Oh, 120D on the Exui. It's probably lost more than that now. Sinanju's still fighting hard, though. Ooh! Oh, and a beautiful pulse laser shot hits something fragile. Carves off a chunk of that Aurora. And a single ADMM manages to fly in and hit the very, very stealthy Auroras. Getting a, ooh. That engineless? It might have lost both of its engines. Not the best way to start things. Go ahead and check. How's this one looking? Yeah. No, it basically lost its ability to do stuff. Let's go ahead and watch from the solo Exion now, since it's basically the only thing here. Not looking good for round two. Also does not have a lot of fuel. It has very little fuel, actually. ADMM's being launched, striking one of the Auroras. Very little damage done. Not a good place to be. Oh! Very rough. Something burned down. Not good. Those Vulcans might not do the most damage when they hit stuff, but they do a lot of lingering fire damage, that's for sure. How's the other, well, it's still alive, but not moving very quickly. And probably soon to be cored out here by the Aurora on its tail. Not the best way to be dealing with that. Oh, it still has pulse lasers! In theory, it could get a kill, maybe. Never mind. Oh, hit it! Oh, and it spun around and bonked the other. Oh, that's just too funny. Okay, well done. All right, well, the Aurora wins round two. That means we're going into round three. Competition starts for round three. Autocam activated. Click 1. Combat mode. Glad I moved the zoom a little. These are very big planes. You can actually see them now. I think we can see them fairly well. Nice flyby of this, the XUE as it comes in. 120D being launched. Aurora's just zipping around. Those are very, very maneuverable planes. Very big, very maneuverable planes. And chunky. Aurora's, for some reason, looking at each other. Not sure what's going on there. Pulse laser now selected. This is a very close-in dogfight sort of situation. A proper fireball. Oh! Pulse laser's hitting center mass, chopping through something important. Doesn't matter, though. That plane, we already know, can still fly when there's about half of it. It looks like it's lost both of its engines, which is going to be causing some problems. Doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna die, but you never know. Whoa! Point-blank ADMMs there coming in. Is that actually, oh, gosh! Alright. A double ADMM strike on that other aircraft. Still a solo Aurora. It could still kill these planes. Like, don't get me wrong, the Aurora is a very nasty plane. Sinanju's coming in for a head-on. Still focusing the very weakened Aurora. That's some target selection problem there, I would say. Aurora, that is weakened, getting blapped by the ADMMs, serving a final bit of thing. Oh, no! Sinanju having a very bad day. It's now the only one on its team. Looks like it got killed by a ram, or the other one got killed by a ram or something. It is still the solo aircraft, so we are going to watch from its perspective. Very close to the ground. Not a good place to be. Pull up, you crazy madman. Launching very... Oh, and another chop with that pulse laser. This could still win. Oh, gosh, okay. Woo! All right. And with that, the Exians are heading to the finals to battle against Lethal and the Lima Whir. Good fights, ladies and gents. Good fights. So here we are for the first round of the finals. Let's go ahead and get them into the air, and I can talk while they're flying. Please don't explode on the ground. That would really suck. I don't have to reload. Speaking of reloading, this is after a complete reload of the game. Basically, exit out, restart, reload, and immediately load into the quick save with everything in. So, hopefully my performance will be at the best it can possibly be for this, just to make sure both aircraft get the best of what they have to offer. And competition starts. Let's go ahead and just click on one. There we go. And autocam. Very quickly launching, not sure what those were. AIM 54s. Alright. Phoenix is away. And Meteor's away from the Fafnir and the regular Lima Whir. That's a bad sound. Here they come. Oh, and a hit. Oh, that's gonna potentially leave a mark. Alright, and a proper flyby. Oh no, Lima Whir must have gotten too close to the ground and hit terrain. It says crash and burn inside there. That's not a good thing. Effectively have a 1v2 Go and watch from the Lima Worm, as it is the only aircraft of its kind right now, and now it's missing a wing. Not a good place you want to find yourself. Not a place in which you want to find yourself. It is. And the Exians making quick work of the worms for round 1. Let's go ahead and get into round 2. And competition starts for round 2 between these two fighters. It could be anybody's fight, in theory. Again, the Lima Worms are going to have their work cut out for them. Let's go ahead and hit that auto cam. Watching from the Sinanjus. Well, no, from the Ixuis, actually. Meteors away. We've got Phoenixes and Meteors now on the way. Look at how fast that thing is. Mach 2.6 and climbing as it comes in. AIM-54 streaking by. You're now in close range. Let's hope one of the the Lima Worms do not crash into the ground this time. What happened last time puts them on the downflow. Not a good thing by any means. Laika's now out and about, just like the flares. ADMMs are out. Honestly, Lima Worm doing everything perfectly there. Keeping its speed up, those missiles are not going to track it easily. And some good shots there with the gun. Azram striking the Sinanju. The Worms have yet to fire their quams. Wait a minute, nope, we do have a quam that's out and about. Too low to the ground now, hits the ground. That is actually a way to avoid those. If you're close enough to the ground, they'll circle around and strike it before they have a chance to do anything. Oh, Lima Worm. Not sure what by, I would guess a pulse laser. Lima Worm is the only one by itself now. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off auto cam and watch from its perspective. All it's got is GSHs. Pulse laser hitting a few things that didn't matter, but it did hit the engine and the real stabilizer there at the last chance. I think we have our winner. Honest, Script has submitted some variant of this aircraft basically every single time that we've had submissions so far, has been fixing it up, tuning it, making sure it's rules legal in every capacity. Honestly, doing everything he can to make sure that his planes are as deadly and as capable as possible, while still fixing the rules there. And with that, we do, in fact, have our winner for this round. It is none other than the Mu FXA001 3S6 Sinanju. I'm just going to call it the Sinanju and the Exui test type. Not bad, all things considered. Did pretty dang good. They're definitely, this one looks like it's having an engine issue even. Alright. This one, on the other hand, just keeping it nice and low, trying to keep that fuel from completely running out. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, I have been Kaz, and this has been episode 4 of Fighter Jet Roundtable Season 3. I know it's been a bit of a wait, but we did get an episode out. And since this was another 2 episodes we've just finished, that means bonus round 2 will be coming soon. And what is bonus round 2 going to be, you might ask? Well, you're just going to have to watch a little longer and find out. But until then, I've been Kaz. Until next time, happy building and happy blasting. Next time on Fighter Jet Roundtable, Season 3.